right. So I like to share a screen with you for today's presentation. And now, there it is. Let me just say that whenever needed, when there is a discussion, when hi, if you like to say something, please feel free to say. And in any way, if there is a discussion that you will see in part of the presentations or right after, we will have time for questions and answers. Okay, if you feel that you need some time to think about things, that's okay. So today, today on our first meeting for the orientation program, I will give you a review about what we're going to talk about this week. So let's begin. So let's talk a little bit about PIBA. PIBA that you already know, PIBA already, which is the Population and Immigration Authority. Now, PIBA are the one who made the agreement happen, the bilateral agreement, which is wonderful. And you are taking part of something historical, because this is the first time that we have caregivers coming here through the bilateral agreement, which is amazing. And I think, sorry about that, it will be wonderful. Now, they're responsible for your rights, your obligations, your permits and visas. All right. Permits and visas, your arrival and your employment period, your vacations and your return home, and many more things. And they're behind the scene of all of this. And even after your return home, there are some procedures, some things that may have to do. And we are all here beside you and gonna walk you through the process. And now another major partner here in Israel is us, CIMI, the Center for International Migration and Integration, which I work with CIMI in CIMI. We're an NGO, and we work on different things, but with everything related to you. As I said yesterday, we assisted with the interview process in the Philippines, and we are there with POEA and PIBA, and we have the informational support through Viber groups and the call center, which I gave you the cards yesterday. And this is the call center for foreign workers, which we built especially for you. And we have it to assist you with any question. If you're not sure about something written in your contract, with your rights, with obligations, we are here. As long as you're here in Israel, we are here, and you can contact. And from 5 years from now, if you'll have any questions when you return home about some procedures or something, again, we are here with you. And so I hope when everyone received their Israeli SIM card, you found out how to use it. And I like to remind you, please register. Please register to the call center. Later on, I will send you a direct link and we will talk about it even further later. So what are we going to talk about today? We'll talk about our first orienteers, when and whom to return to, and home quarantine, what to expect, a little bit of guidance, and what you should do in case you have COVID symptoms. Always fun. Huh? Hear someone cough. And so, in case you have COVID, we will talk about that. We'll talk about how we communicate here in Israel and the importance of learning Hebrew. We'll talk about our working week here in Israel and the holiday Shabbat. Orientation program. We'll talk about the topics and tentative schedule. Questions and answers, as I promised. And after that, we will have a short Hebrew lesson, which I'm looking forward to hear you, and I invite you to participate. So our first orienteer. So right now, everyone in quarantine, and yesterday, some of you asked me for how long. So first, everyone will have to wait till they get their swab test results. And in the meantime, it is very important to know that with any question, if you have a concern, if there is anything right now when you're in quarantine, if something is missing, something not working, you don't have enough food, you don't have enough water, please make sure to contact your contact person, which I hope everyone got it yesterday. So please contact your contact person from your placement agency. Okay, and please do it if something is missing or you're not sure about something. Please make sure to contact them right after this meeting. Since today is Friday and it's a short day, okay, and a lot of people, they don't work on Friday. So please make sure to contact them as soon as possible. Now, beside that, there are many reasons why you should contact your placement agency or your social worker from your placement agency. And during your stay here, your agency is the first person you should contact in case there are any problems. If there are any problems with the family or with your employer at the house, if you're not sure about something, if you like to consult, of course you can contact me, but the person you should talk to normally is your contact person from your agency. And now, normally, if you have any difficulty, any problems at the house where you're going to stay, the recommendation is to talk with the family and directly to your employer. We will talk about it later on, but if you see there is any problems or you think it will be best to not talk about something with the family, you should contact your placement agency or your social worker to consult or to inform. But they're the people. But of course, as I said, you always have the call center, and I'm also available on Viber. But there are people who are there to talk to you about different things. If, as I said, contract problems that I may not be able to help, I'll just tell you who to contact to. So it's important to remember that your contact person from the agency is your person for several things, but most of it. Okay, so make sure that you know how to use their contact number, you know how to reach them. If you haven't tried to call them yet and you also only try to text them, please make sure that you know how to call, not just text. Okay, it is very important. Okay, now, as I said, if there is any problem and you see that you're not able to solve it with the employer or with the contact person, if you see that you have some questions about your rights and obligations and your contact person rights and obligations and the employer's rights and obligations, which is affect you, or if you're not sure about something else, if you like to make a complaint, if you have a concern, of course, you have the Viber group. And here you have the call center, which I will send the registration form, as I said, after today's meeting. And of course, you can always make a complaint by a form, online form, or you can call. And there is someone on the other side who is waiting for you and will help you with anything that you may need. So please use the platform and give them the chance to assist you with any concern or complaint that you may like to have. Now, home quarantine, a little bit of guidance. So you've been in 3 different international airports, and some of you may been on another airport coming from your area where you live to Manila. So you've been traveling for a while before coming here to quarantine, which we know it's not the cleanest area to travel in different airports. And we want to make sure that you're safe and that you feel well and everything is okay. So I'm glad to see that those ladies here who said that they're sitting with their mask on since they're sitting in the same room. I think it's a good idea. You're doing what you should do. And it's very good. It's good that people are aware, still aware, even though you've been together, traveling together for the past 24 hours, 48 hours, I'm not sure, but it's very good. And I want you to all stay that way, aware and healthy. So please make sure to keep on high hygiene as well. If you have the chance to send your clothes that you've been wearing during the flight to your washing machine, do that. Do whatever you can. But beside that, there's another thing. It is very important to remember that you cannot leave your home quarantine, which is a room or apartment, hotel. You cannot leave your home quarantine. There is a chance that you will be reported. Because since you're foreign workers through the bilateral agreement and you just arrived to the country, the immigration are making sometimes phone check to see that everyone is there, and some people may inform that you're not in the facility where you're supposed to be. I want to make sure that you're going to stay in the room or apartment. Even if you want to throw the garbage, do not do it. I recommend to just contact someone, if it's your contact person or someone. If you really can't wait and you want to throw your garbage, you don't want to have it for I don't know how long in your place of quarantine, make sure to contact someone and to ask them to pick that up, leave it outside the door, and do something like that. Okay. Now, everyone in Israel will be fined outside of their home quarantine. Why they're supposed to be there, will be fined outside, and if it will be a regular checkup or someone will report, they will receive a fine of 5,000 shekels, which is approximately 1,500 US dollars, which is a lot for everyone. Now, since you're foreign workers who just arrived, you are also facing deportation. So please make sure to stay at your home quarantine as long as you need to. Now, before I said that the last slide, I believe we talked about the duration of your home quarantine, which yesterday I said it's individual, since it depends on your of course swab test results, but beside that it also depends on the vaccination, how many doses, etc. So if you're not sure, please contact your contact person from the agency and simply ask them how long you have to stay in home quarantine by the law. Sometimes the employer will like you to stay an extra time just to be on the safe side. With that being said, some employers will want to take you as soon as possible. They want you there. So talk about it with your contact person and try to figure out when are you or how long you're going to stay in home quarantine and when they will pick you up to the second swab test. Some will be picked up, and others will get an address and be asked to get to some place where they're doing their swab test to get their swab test. Now, here you have two links of Ministry of Health, which they frequently update their website with everything related to COVID and quarantine and whatever needed. After our presentation, I will send you those links. Please check that out. As I said, they frequently update their website. Now, in case of possible symptoms, I like to remind us all that before we had COVID, there was the flu, and people sometimes just exhausted, and it affects their body. So it could be anything in case you have symptoms, but I want you to stay aware and listen to your body. Hold on. Sorry. And apologize for that. So, you know your body best. Now, the normal is to say, if we see that your body temperature is 38 degrees Celsius or higher, please pay attention. But as I said, you know your body best. Now, I know that 37 degrees Celsius is high for me because normally my blood pressure and my temperature is low, very low. So I can tell you that when I had COVID almost a year ago, my body temperature was 37.2. Now, for some people, they thought, okay, so um, you're fine. But I wasn't, because my normal body temperature is 35.8. So it was very high for me, and I felt bad. It was bad, but everyone thought that you don't have a fever. So, as I said, you know your body best more than anyone. Listen to your body, okay? And if you feel that you have the symptoms, the normal symptoms, cough, trouble breathing, any other respiratory symptoms, loss of taste or smell, even if you feel that you simply not feeling well, and it got nothing to do with those symptoms, particular symptoms, because right now we already know that it could be different from one person to the other. And I know that I didn't have those symptoms beside loss of taste or smell. So again, listen to your body. And if you're not sure and you want to stay on the safe side, take a test. Okay? Take a PCR test. You should contact your um, contact person from your placement agency, your social worker, and you should contact Ministry of Health, which you have the number right here. Okay? And inform. They will help you coordinate your PCR test. And as I said, even if you're not sure and you just want to stay on the safe side and you feel that you should take something ain't right, so they will help you coordinate the PCR test, and you'll get the results. And then from then, you will no, they will explain if you need to stay in quarantine, if you need treatment, and hopefully everything will be okay. If you have COVID, if it's just, I don't know, if you're waiting for results. So hopefully everything will be well, and I hope everyone is healthy. But again, please just listen to your body. Okay. So how can we communicate here in Israel? In Israel, we speak Hebrew, that for some is not the easiest language there is, but it is very important to start learning. In Israel, we enjoy speaking English. Most people have English on different levels. And if you will talk to them in English, they will try their best to respond in English. They will enjoy practice their English. And if they're not sure, they will ask someone else to help. So you can manage to, it depends where, but you can manage. Oh, sorry about that. I plan it. Okay. But it is very important to learn the local language. And most likely that your employer may not have English. Especially elderly, they don't necessarily have English. Sometimes they don't even have Hebrew. And some families don't speak English as well. So it's not going to be easy for everyone. And it is important to find a way to communicate. I know it's hard. It, it can be hard to find a way to communicate when you don't speak English or Hebrew or any other language. Because some families, they speak Amharic, they speak Arabic, they don't speak English. And they deserve help as well. And they need your help. So I like to ask you to find a way, to find solutions, to look for solutions. Don't give up on those people. Okay, it's not easy. In the meantime, I recommend to start learning Hebrew as much as you can. And I know it's individual. It's not easy to learn a new language. The main thing that I can recommend is to practice. Practice as much as you can with your friends, colleagues, even share with your family new words and use it as much as possible. Now, there are many great YouTube channels and apps, and they're all free. So look out for those platforms of learning Hebrew and practice with one another. Now, I said free apps because they're very good, but of course there are people that they have apps and they purchase those apps or classes. I recommend to start with the free apps and don't rush to buy to buy something, to pay for something unless you read a lot of reviews and check that out and make sure that you're going to receive what you're paying for. And here you have an app, Duolingo, which is friendly, nice. You can try that out. I don't know how it works from Tagalog to Hebrew. I know with different languages. So you can simply try. It's very friendly, it's easy, and it's free. Now, our working week here in Israel. So it's different than other countries. Our first working day is Saturday. It starts on Sunday. It starts on Sunday and it ends on Thursday for many people, others on Friday. But then if you finish on Friday, it's a short day. It's half a day. And so it is very important to remember that here in Israel, on the weekend, on most places, everything is shutting down. I know it keeps jumping. Everything is shut down. If it's the public transportation, shops, grocery store, and restaurants, and many things will be closed. Now, it depends where you're going to stay. Because in some areas, you will find public transportation, you will find stores that are open and restaurants, but in many places here in Israel, everything is closed for the weekend. So it's important to remember that if you like to have something for the weekend and you need to buy it, make sure to buy it in advance. Now, till you'll get to know the area where you're going to stay, I recommend to always make sure to get what you want in advance. And again, till you'll figure out what's going on in your particular area where you live. And now, in those areas where you will find public transportation, it's not going to be the same as in the middle of the week. The weekend have different schedule. It's like a different time zone in different locations here in Israel. So if you like to travel, if you want to do something on the weekend, make sure in advance that you know what to use, when to use, how to, like, if we're talking about public transportation. Now, Shabbat is our special day, a holiday. Different families react to Saturday in different ways. Even if you're religious, you will see that people practice Shabbat on different ways. So simply ask the family how they practice Shabbat. Now, Shabbat starts on Friday with sunset and ends on Saturday with sunset. For some, it's simply a day off, time to relax, meet family, friends, party. It depends. It's different. And some like to travel, but for some, you will see they go to synagogue and they have a family gathering, special dinner, and they're not in some homes. You'll see that they're not gonna turn on the light, and it's not allowed to cook there over the weekend. So you need to prepare yourself. And when you get to meet the family, ask them. Ask them how they practice their Shabbat. It is very important, especially for religious. It is very important. So what will include the orientation program? So beside the Zoom meetings, which we have 5 in total, and later today at 12 o'clock, in about 2 hours, you will have another Zoom meeting. I will send recorded sessions on different topics. And with each different topic and different recorded session, you will have another recording of an Hebrew lesson with words that are related to the particular topic, and they're all short recorded sessions. So please, the information is very important, and I know that at some point, normally I get questions that all the answers are right here on those recorded sessions. So please try to keep up, watch those recorded sessions. We will talk about Israeli culture and historical background, the rights and obligations, and caregiver and caretaker relationship. I'll talk about the call center for foreign workers, which in that presentation, you will have also information about other organizations and who to contact from the Philippines if you need or want or know how to contact the Filipino embassy. And I'll talk about migration crisis and how to maintain long distance relationship, which I know it's very hard. We know how homesick feels. And as I said, short Hebrew lessons. And I will send many useful and important links with important information. So please try to keep up and see how you can put it all in your schedule. At some point, you will finish your home quarantine and start to work with your employer and get there. So see how you can, even at your time off, see if you can watch those recordings. And as I said, you will always have it available. Yeah. I like to open up our meeting for questions if you have, maybe, and feel free. Yes, go ahead. Hi, Sierra, Kiara, Blanca. for
Yes,
Gregoria?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Is it common for that it was stated in the contract? I mean, the isolation facility that we're going to, but then it was suddenly changed. Like me, it was actually it was in Lakrat supposed to be Tel Aviv, but then I was brought here in Jerusalem, and then I was a bit confused and worried yesterday because I keep asking the driver, where are we going to? And then he said, oh, your isolation area is in Jerusalem. But then I asked, why Jerusalem? I thought it was in Tel Aviv. I was asking like that. And then he said, I don't know.
Okay, so wow, you know what? I just for a second there, I put myself in your shoes, and it can be very scary, but actually they can. Uh, as long as they inform PIBA, which they did. um, Later, yesterday in the afternoon, I received an email. They informed us that you've been moved to a different facility, a different location for your home quarantine. And as long as it's um, approved facility, if they notice FIBA, they can change the location. Unfortunately, I know it can be very confusing and
Yes, ma'am.
scary. Um, I understand. If you're not sure, of course, if you're not sure, why did you wait it so long? You could have texted me yesterday.
No, ma'am, but I was a bit comfortable already when the driver actually explained to me, and I met another Filipina here, and then brought me inside the hotel.
Okay. Good. Good.
But then
Okay, but it's
my plan to give the items to my friends. They asked me to brought here in Israel was uh, actually not already okay because I was not able to give it to them because I'm so far.
mm, um is it the same? Okay, it's the same location, right? The same facility.
Mm,
Which is
mm,
apartments? No? No?
no, mom. I'm at the
Oh,
hotel.
okay. Nice. Um, okay, so unfortunately, yes, it's okay. They're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But everything's okay in the facility?
Yes, mom. I
Yes.
was able to made some remedy because there is no hot shower and the water here in Jerusalem is quite cold. So,
You still don't have a shower? Hot
no.
water? Okay,
No.
have you tried to leave it open for a while? Because I know it can
Yes,
freeze
mom.
outside. Yeah? And
Yes,
have you
mom.
talked about it with the
Yes,
reception?
mom. Yes,
Okay.
mom. I asked the lady and then no one replied me. So what I did is I used the rice cooker to heat some water.
Okay. I like it. You're creative. All right. So listen. Um, would you mind send me oh, have you tried to talk about it with your contact person from your agency to say that
Yes,
there
mom.
is no and
Yes,
that they
mom.
contact you, they answer
Yes, mom.
and
But I said there's none. But they keep saying there is. But I can't see anything here. And then I tried to open a longer time, but no, it's not hitting. I'm afraid to go outside because,
wait, now it's okay or still
yeah,
not?
no. But it's okay, mom. I already made the remedy. So the next day again, I will do the same.
Okay. Uh, I see. Because the thing is that, and then it It's your decision. Since you
Mhm.
already spoke to the contact person,
Yeah.
um, they are aware, and if you said that you couldn't reach them or something like that, I would
Mhm.
ask you typically to contact me to send me your details,
Mhm.
and then, or obviously to contact the call center, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
they will make sure that you will have hot water. But since you are aware, and and the next step for you is to contact them again and say that it's still not working. But I have a feeling that you're not gonna do that. It's just a feeling that you're just gonna cope with whatever it is. So,
Because I'm that person that once I'm going to say something and there's no action, I will not repeat it again. I just make a remedy so it's not
yeah, I
annoying on
get
my
you.
side.
I want you to know that you deserve to have hot water.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And if necessary, they need to change the location.
Mm-hmm. Thank
And
you. Yeah.
you don't need, like, I can see that you're awesome and you don't mind and you're cool and you can make it work. And normally I do the same because I don't want to annoy anyone and push some buttons. I understand, but if you decide that you want to have hot water in your shower, contact them again, okay? Or you know what? Just
So,
inform them that it's not working. Okay,
mm,
just
yes,
send them
ma'am.
a message and tell them, you know what, I tried, I talked to whoever needed to talk to. There's a problem. Just make sure that they are aware. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Any more questions from your
Hello,
side?
ma'am. Can I excuse for a while?
Of
Uh,
course.
because my yes, can I leave for a while? Because my contact person calling me. Okay.
Of course you
Okay.
can. Yes.
Can I leave for a while?
Hey, ma'am,
There I go back.
Yes. Hi.
I have some question.
Of course. Yes.
Later, around 11, our agency will come here. Can we leave around 10:30 in Zoom meeting? Because they told us that we're going out to have some swab test again.
Okay. Yes. Of course. We will soon finish our meeting. Today's this meeting, and then we will meet again at 12 o'clock. So, in case you're not back yet, or for some reason you still cannot join for the next meeting, that's okay. If possible, just write it on the Viber group, and that is okay. Of course, I understand.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Not a problem. And good luck with your swab test.
Thank you, ma'am.
Not a problem. Any other questions?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
uh, ma'am,
Yes.
question? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, during the Shabbat day, are we allowed to help them prepare something for the Shabbat day, or are they going to allow us to spend also the Shabbat day with friends, or we'll just help them prepare for something for the Shabbat?
Okay. So it will be different from each facility with home. And sorry,
Yes, nice cat.
yeah, one of four. She's not happy because she wanted to stay here, and I took her down. So, okay. With the families, it depends on the family. They may need your help, and they may explain what do they need. They may want you to stay there for the weekend and take a day off on one of, I don't know, any other day, their preference. And if it's not your day off, you will be with the family. And if they're religious or something like that, they will guide you on what you can and cannot do. Okay. And
Okay. Okay.
I want you, it's very important to understand that in some homes, especially for religious, um, you're not allowed to cook on the weekend, and you're not allowed to turn on the light. You'll have to leave it on always, or they will guide you on what to do. And it's very important to ask. Okay.
Okay,
If
ma'am.
you have a particular day that you prefer to have a day off, if it's Sunday because you want to go to church or anything like that, you can share that with them. You can discuss. Okay, they may need you. Try to understand that for those days off, the day off that you're taking, they need to have someone to replace you. So they need to arrange that, and they need to see if it's possible from their side, because normally it's a family member who's coming to help. And you made me think about another thing, which is the allowance. Many people wonder about that. So the allowance, they're not obligated, the family not obligated to give you allowance. Okay, the allowance is conducted from your salary, and you can receive an allowance once a week if you decide you should talk about it with the family. And some people ask 100 shekels every, I don't know, Sunday or something like that. Just I want you to remember that it's part of your salary. It's conducted, and some don't get allowance. The main thing is that you need to remember they're not obligated to do that. Okay.
Yep.
Any more questions? You'll have the chance to ask later if you want. But remember, we're not working on the weekend. Of course, if there's emergency, of course, but people don't work normally on the weekend. Okay, so if there is something that you need, you want to find out, do it before the weekend. Try. All right, so let's continue. So the last part for this meeting is the Hebrew lesson. Short, promise, it's short. And I invite you all to participate. So Shabbat is Saturday. This is our special day. Some people will say Sabbath. Same word, Shabbat. So welcome to repeat after me, everyone.
Shabbat.
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 Shabbat. Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Shabbat. Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Now, another word is shalom. Shalom is a greeting. It also means hello and also means peace.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Hello.
When you combine, nice. When you combine those words, Shabbat, Shalom, it's a greeting especially for Shabbat. And it means have a good and nice Shabbat. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Very well.
Shabbat Shalom.
Now, food is such an important word. Ochel. Say
Okel.
ochel. Exactly. Ochel.
Okel. Okel.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Good. Now the
Okay.
next word is water. Water, something about water.
Mime.
Um,
Mime.
Mime, yes. Mime,
Mine.
mime.
Mime.
Mine.
Now, we live in the Middle East. It's humid, it's warm. Even if in the winter, you will feel sometimes that it's very humid. It's very important to drink a lot of water. You may not feel that you're thirsty, and your employer, especially with elderly, that they don't always feel thirst. Make sure that you drink a lot of water. We're still in a desert area. It doesn't seem that way, but this is a desert area. So please drink a lot of water. And now another important thing to know is that the tap water in Israel is perfectly fine and you can drink tap water. It's okay. It's allowed. It's good. Everything's okay. It may taste different from one place to the other, but you can drink the tap water. Now, in case you're not feeling well, female will say אני לא מרגישה טוב. אני means I or I'm. Not or no means לא. Feeling for female, it's מרגישה טוב, well. טוב means well or good. Now for male will say אני לא מרגיש טוב. אני לא מרגיש טוב.
טוב.
So,
Ani lo margisha tov.
אני לא מרגיש טוב. אני לא מרגיש.
job.
Pagla. Ay, depende to sa ano.
it's good to know how to say אני לא מרגיש טוב. Also, if you're female, because your employer may be male patient.
Mhm.
So when you will ask your male patient, do you feel good or well, you will say with a question mark. אתה מרגיש טוב? It means, do you feel well? So it's good to say also margish and margisha from male and female. Now, hopefully everyone will feel great. So in that case, you simply drop the no, the lo, and say, אני מרגישה טוב. And for male, אני מרגיש טוב. Your turn.
Ani Margisha
Margisha.
Margisha tov.
Perfect.
Ani margisha tov. Ani margisha tov.
Now, how you say I'm not feeling well?
Anilo margisha tov.
And in case you're feeling well, what
Ani
will
lo
you-
margisha tov.
Ani Margisha
Margisha
Tov.
to.
Ani margisha tov.
This is what you say. Ani margisha.
Ani Margisha Tov.
Perfect. Now,
Yeah.
what do you say? How you say Saturday?
Shabbat.
Sabat.
And how do you greet?
Bat.
How do you greet
Bat.
someone?
Shalom.
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 How do you greet someone on Shabbat?
Shalom.
Shalom. Shabbat.
Shalom,
Shabbat. Shalom.
Sabat. Sabat.
Shalom.
Sabat.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
What do
Shabbat
you
shalom.
say? How do you say that you feel well?
Ani
Ani
Margisha.
Margish Tov.
Ani
And
Margisha Tov. Ani
how do you
Margisha Tov.
say perfect? How do you say water?
Mime.
I'm
mine,
Mime.
Mine.
Mine.
How do you say hello?
shalom,
Shalom.
shalom,
Shalom. Shalom.
That's fun. And how do you say that you're not feeling well?
Ani Lo Margish Tov.
Anilo Margisha Tov. Anilo Margisha Tov.
But of course, everyone is going to feel well.
Well,
Ani Margisha
Margish
Tov.
Tov.
Emergisha Tov.
Ani Margisha Tov.
And when you want food,
Okay.
Echo.
Ani okay. And how do you say Saturday?
Shabbat.
Shabbat. Shabbat.
Shabbat. Shabbat. Shabbat. Shabbat.
You're very good. Your Hebrew is so good.
Toda.
Bevakasha, you're welcome. Bevakasha. So that
Di
is
ba kasya? Talaga.
everyone. I will soon send you the recording. Okay. This meeting, and I will send you more details a bit later. And at 12 o'clock, as I said, we will meet for another Zoom meeting. Okay. Please, if possible, don't be late.
Yes, ma'am.
And ooh, wonderful Hebrew. I like it. It sounds good. It sounds good on you. You should all start
Toda.
Hebrew. Bevakasha. You're welcome. And now, please, if something is missing, if you need anything, please contact your contact person from your placement agency. Okay. Give them some time to respond. Okay. And if at some point, I don't know, you see after a day or two, and I'm not talking specifically now on the weekend, that no one responded, please contact the call center. Okay. If you're not sure about something, of course, you can text me as well. You can send a message on Viber. And yes, if you still don't have enough water, is it Ciara or Kiara, Blanca?
Shara, ma'am.
What's it? Shara?
Shara. Yes, ma'am.
Shara. What? And this is how you spell it? Okay, good to know. Shara. Okay. So if you want hot water, you deserve it. Okay. You don't need to settle.
boiled.
Yes. Exactly. Okay. Sarah, feel free to.
Yes, ma'am.
You can, you know what? You don't have to make it sound like you're complaining. You just inform them in a casual way by
Yes,
text.
ma'am.
If there's still not, you don't have hot water. Okay. There's still a. All right. Perfect. So thank you, everyone. You have an hour plus to rest.
Mm.
So go ahead.
Toda.
Toda. Bye-bye.
I'm looking forward to see you.
Toda.
See you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye
Ma'am.
for now.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.